In the 1980s, the founder, Shintaro Tsuji, wanted to have Sanrio theme park dedicated to Hello Kitty because of capitalism. So, Sanrio got Landmark Entertainment Group, who was well known for making theme parks, stores, and live shows. However, Sanrio wanted to be all completely original, which this original plan of the theme park, well as for Landmark Entertainment Group, wanted to have Sanrio's famous characters be associated with the theme park, which is Hello Kitty and Friends. Meanwhile, Tsuji didn't just need one theme park, but he wanted another. But instead of being fully indoors, it would be outdoors. And so, Harmonyland was born. Around the time that Sanrio Puroland was in the plans, the people of Sanrio decided to ask Landmark Entertainment Group if they can build another full-on second theme park, set to be being planned in Haichi in the town of Heiyami district of Ota Prefecture in Japan, and will cover 58 acres and 235 million kilometers. It's unclear why they chose the name Harmonyland, but if I had to guess, that is because they probably like to use harmony since it's kind of sharing together, so it makes sense with the company's image. So, that's just a speculation. So, the park would be underway for construction, along with the indoor theme park. And the theme park would be cost a whopping $330 million, which was less than Sanrio Puroland's price range.
初めての人も腕に自信のある人もみんなで楽しく遊べるよ。わあ、かわいい。ハローキティ、ケロケロケロッピー、みんな。
Then, after years of construction, on April 26, 1991, Sanrio officially opened their second theme park, Sanrio Harmonyland, officially open to guests. And was it a huge success? Well, sadly no. The reason was due to the crash that occurred in the following year, with the yen percentage currently still happening around this time. And sure, it was pretty much a success, but was it really a success? Not really. Sanrio would basically take care of the theme park, but unfortunately the park would somehow be in bad condition and the lack of staff, because they had ones from Sanrio Puroland. Later on, they made it easier, and instead of Sanrio taking care of the theme park, it would be the government. But Sanrio would still own the dying theme park, but not in a major role, if you know what I mean. The park isn't really as well known as Sanrio Puroland, and I think the reasoning is because many people just prefer Puroland due to its beautiful theming inside the indoor theme park. But sometimes Sanrio fans would go to this park. Sometimes locals, though. It depends. Nevertheless, the park is still thriving as of today. It's still a top destination to go to in Japan. It may not be able to reach the heights as Tokyo Disneyland or Universal Studios Japan, but still popular on its own. Now that we got that out of the way, let's explain what this outside Sanrio theme park has to offer, starting off with the 4 theme sections, which contains Harmony Park, Harmony Village, Carnival Square, and last but certainly not least, Whitebird Square. So yeah. And now, you may be asking, what rides and attractions were there on opening day? Well, there were some attractions that were being cloned from Puroland. One of these was the Fantastic Puro Adventure boat ride. Now, however, this clone is very different, as it has a different plot and also has different animatronics. So yeah. The only difference is that the sets are more larger, since the building is kind of large, for room and space to put in. So yeah. However, when I did not mention in my Sanrio Puroland history video is that basically we have more information on the development of this boat ride, as it actually originally was supposed to be a theme to Hello Kitty and her pals, instead of the Fantastic Puros. So they went with those anyhow, because Sanrio thought it was an okay idea. Also, the animatronics were made by AVG Electronics. But then in 2000, since Sanrio Puroland replaced their Fantastic Pure Adventure boat ride, so did Harmonyland. So the Harmonyland version closed in 2000 to make way for A. Nothing, B. A restaurant, C. A Sanrio character boat ride clone, and D. Put there for meet and greets. If you get C, you're correct. You got now $15 million sent right into your door. No, just kidding. But back into the clone for Sanrio Adventure Boat Ride, they simply just decided to change everything. The only thing to be changed is that the scenes were swapped around a little bit in Harmonyland's version. The animatronics were made by Kokano, which is a Sanrio animatronic company, as stated on the Sanrio Puroland video I made last year. But then in March 19th, 2007, there were some major updates that occurred in the attraction, like featuring cinnamon roll heavily in the boat ride, Kuromi, and as well as a Zahama being added. So yes, that's pretty much it with the whole Sanrio character boat ride. And yes, it's kind of short. The next attraction that was being cloned from Puroland is the Time Machine of Dreams. And yes, there was a clone, and the only thing I really have to say is that it's in a building, so yeah. Then around 1994 they put Monster Planet of Godzilla film, and the rest was history, as more films were added until its unfortunate closure came in, which is unknown, because there's very little documentation available on when this clone actually closed. So if you have any information, please let me know in the comments. Anyways, let's move on. So before we actually move on, I do have something to say regarding the Time Machine of Dreams. Before I was making this video, I came across where the actual replacement and where it is today, and it's a ninja trail inside of the building. And basically, this is where children can go ahead and do obstacle courses. And, like, for instance, do rock climbing and stuff like that. So, yeah, this is where the building is currently standing right now. And, yeah, it's pretty sad. Is a theater show called Nature's Harmony Theater, which showcases a show with animals in it and animatronic trees. With the plot of the show is that it's in a musical adventure talking about the nature and the rainforest, as well as the animals, which is actually a great educational factor. Although we really don't really have a lot of videos and photos out there online of the show, but it looks like it's a cute show. It was made by Advanced Animations, I believe, judging from how the animatronics are, but that's just me. Also, there is a show in the castle called Sanrio Palace of Myths and Legends. So basically, it's a show where this old man talks about myths and legends. However, sadly, we really don't know any other information regarding this show, or even what it's supposed to be. But who knows? But feel free to comment down below if you have more information on it. I would love to know. Outside, there is a carousel, which actually looks really well themed, and somehow it's still there to this day. It opened with the park in 1991. All I gotta say is it's definitely pretty a neat carousel. Next, we have the Harmony train, which I gotta say, it's still there at the park today. And I gotta say, it's a really good train ride for what is definitely a cool experience. Also, later on, they actually added Hello Kitty on the train, so that's cool. Next, we have a few flat rides. One is a Dumbo the Flying Elephant ripoff called Esther Bright. I believe that's what it's called. Another flat ride that's unfortunately not there is the Akatsushikun Kuradora Roadshow. I think that's how you pronounce that. Which is just like Phoenix at Busch Gardens, Tampa. Unfortunately, it's also removed. Also, we have the Ferris wheel, which is actually still there to this day, but now all themed to Hello Kitty and Friends currently. So yeah, but let's talk about some of the flat rides that have been added as of recent. But I decided to actually do a montage due to not making this video way too long. So here it is. Hope you enjoy it. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and go to the shows. Now, unfortunately, I am not going to talk about every single show that exists, because again, I don't want to make this too long, but I will talk about the first show that opened with the park. I know I'm sorry about that you guys, but anyways, the first show that opened with the park was called Hello Kitty's Happy Birthday Show, which first came out in 1991. And as you could tell, sometimes the characters would swap around. They would sometimes have Hingyodon there, aka my favorite character from Sanrio, and sometimes Keroppi. But it really much depends. But anyways, this show kind of lasted until somewhere around the late 1990s, before it was changed to a brand new show. So yeah, that's that. So yeah. Also, Sanrio Harmonyland had parades. There are now basically the floats would probably be huge, because this is not an indoor theme park like Sanrio Puroland is. It's outside, so the floats have to be a bit larger. I bet the floats are made by Landmark Entertainment Group, or just Gary Goddard Productions, if you want to say it that way, since they are helping out with the project of Harmonyland. So, yeah. So, that probably means they're probably working on, the floats as well. The first parade that ever came out for the grand opening of the park was called Fantasy Harmonyland Parade, which lasted throughout 1991 to somewhere around 1997. I believe at the latest, but the parade actually had inflatables, which are really well detailed. They still run parades as of today. They decided to add early on to build a shade. It's kind of like a shaded building. Yep, actually shade, which I think is pretty nice, since in the summer, the heat, I bet, is pretty hot in Japan. So I think it's smart to move on from their part. But yeah, like the same thing with the shows, I am not going to really talk about too much of these parades. I'm sorry about that. You guys, I just don't want to actually make this video very long. So yeah, that's why we're probably skipping to some of all the parades and all the live shows. So now you understand. Maybe one day I'll talk about some of these parades and live shows in a different time. So let's move on. Also, did you know that Harmonyland also does some fireworks shows as well? Yes, as a matter of fact, they do. And I gotta say, it's really awesome.
くんくん、何か楽しい匂いがするぞだー！わー！かわいいグッズがいっぱい！マネラグッズ、かわいいでしょクロミちゃん！なんだー！クロミグッズの方がかわいいに決まってんじゃないか！わー！あたりのイケてる！このマイメロもかわいいでしょ！話聞け！
はじける笑顔、楽しさあふれるエンターテイメントの連続。ここは愛と夢、優しい気持ちに会える国、ハーモニーランド。毎日上演される数々のライブショーが、楽しさいっぱいのアトラクションの数々が、きっと素敵な一日をみんなにプレゼントしてくれることでしょう。さあ、あなたも感動を見つけにハーモニーランドへご家族揃って出かけてみませんか？
Next, let's talk about the restaurants in Harmonyland. The first is Harvest Table, Green Counter, Circus Kitchen, and Happy Cafe. So yeah, there's basically 4 restaurants. Next, we have the roller coasters. And I'm not sure if probably for you newcomers who are subscribed to the channel, but I am a roller coaster enthusiast, so I have to mention these roller coasters. So yeah, let's talk about them. The first is the Rhythmic Coaster, which first opened in 1997, and we really do not know what manufacturer made this, but maybe you guys do. Let me know in the comments. But it might be an unknown Japanese manufacturer. Anyways, let's move on to the last coaster, which is, this one is really much having a lot of information about this. And this one is named Hello Kitty Angel Coaster, which is a Samperla powered coaster, which was a model that started off in 1984, and was a pretty popular model for Samperla. Also, the company was founded in 1966, and its company is in Italy. They are well known for making pretty awful roller coasters, like the Velier model, which is just absolutely uncomfortable. I've never rode any of these, but I've heard many people complain about them, and you can easily see why. But other times, not really. They made pretty good reliable flat rides, and some decent roller coasters they built, and they are actually improving as of the making of this video. So we'll see how this company goes in the near future. Anyways, back onto the roller coaster. This roller coaster opened in 2004 and still at the park as of today, along with the other roller coaster. So if you want to ride these, feel free to do so. Now that we got the roller coasters in the park, I think we're almost done with the video, right? Oh wait, I have a word that this is not done. We have to talk about a certain virus that we need to talk about, and you probably know what it is. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to going ahead and talking about it. The COVID-19 because there's nothing really unique about me talking about it, because all you need to know is that the theme parks closed due to a virus spreading wildfire. And then later on, the theme parks opened, which involved Sanrio Harmonyland. So yeah, and I think I can just put them in simple words to try to describe it. All they did is they opened and closed throughout this period. So yeah, that's that. And that's all I have for the history of the Sanrio's second theme park, Harmonyland. If you guys really do love this video, go ahead and smash that like button, because it really does help support the channel and me, because you guys deserve it. And you all are great subscribers, supporting me no matter the content. And if you guys do want to watch the history of the Puroland video, I would greatly appreciate it if you do. If you do want to watch it. If you want to know more about Sanrio's theme parks, it would also greatly help the algorithm, and so as me. And if you don't want to watch it, that's completely okay. Anyhow, if you want to go ahead and hit that notification bell, so that way you won't miss any history videos and other videos of mine. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because we're also over there. And I'll see you guys next time on another next history video. Adios. It's fantastic Sanrio Day. And also, happy 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty. The character deserves it more than anything. Anyways, bye for now.